Extinction and the path to recovery.
Saber-toothed tiger. Mammoth. Some extinct animals. Dodo. Passenger pigeon. Mammoth. Saber-toothed tiger. Diprotodon. Thylacine. Steller's sea cow. Pyrenean ibex. West African black rhinoceros.
The world is filled with wonderful animals. Some people love the big animals like tigers and lions. Others like birds and enjoy watching them. Some people love insects. You probably have some favorite animals of your own.
Dodo. Diprotodon.
Many of these animals are under threat of extinction. That means not only that there are few of them left, but also that they might die out altogether. Extinction is something that has happened throughout the Earth's history. Probably the most famous extinct creatures are the dinosaurs. They died out many millions of years ago. There are many other creatures that have become extinct as well. Extinction happens for many reasons. Some animals are hunted to extinction. New diseases infect others. Much extinction occurs due to either habitat or climate changes. For this reason, there are many animals that are endangered or under threat of extinction today. The climate is changing, and this changes many of the animals' habitats. Also, many habitats are themselves under threat from logging and clearing. So we are facing a big challenge to save these animals. The thylacine.
The thylacine was one of the strangest and most beautiful animals to become extinct. It was popularly known as the Tasmanian tiger. It inhabited the forests on the island of Tasmania in Australia and looked a bit like a cross between a dog and a small tiger. It was a carnivorous or meat-eating mammal. A mammal is a warm-blooded animal whose young live off their mother's milk. The thylacine grew to about 130 centimeters long. Like some other mammals, they had a pouch for their young. The thylacine was a fascinating creature. It ate both birds and small kangaroos. Apparently, it had a strange, mournful cry. It could also open its jaws extremely wide, about 80 degrees.
Artists' depiction of a thylacine with its young. Tasmania.
The thylacine lived mostly along the coast of Tasmania, which was an area in which people wanted to live as well. Farmers in Tasmania thought the tiger was a threat to their sheep, so the government paid hunters to kill the tiger. Destruction of its habitat and competition from dogs also contributed to the tiger's extinction. These three factors, hunting, habitat destruction, and competition from introduced animals, contribute to much extinction. In this way, the thylacine represents the challenges facing other animals. Sadly, the last thylacine died in a zoo in 1936. There is still a film of it that people can watch.
The last known thylacine to survive in captivity.
The Panamanian golden frog.
Some years ago, if you visited the forest around the town of El Valle de Antón in Panama, you would have noticed golden frogs. They were everywhere. The golden frog is a bright yellow color with black patches. The frogs are long and thin, and they have poisonous skin. This poison protects the frogs from other animals that might want to eat them. They grow to be around 50 millimeters in length. Then the golden frogs began to disappear. At first, no one took any notice. Then people began to realize that the golden frogs were endangered. No one knew what was killing them. Around the same time, people noticed that frogs all around the world were starting to disappear.
The Panamanian golden frog in its natural habitat. Endangered species. African wild dog. Mountain gorilla. Bengal tiger. Giant panda. Sea lion. Hawksbill turtle. Galapagos penguin.
Finally, people discovered that a fungus was killing the frogs. The fungus had traveled around the world. It probably moved on frogs that were being carried across nations' borders. People rushed to save the Panamanian golden frog. They set up a center in El Valle. Now there are enclosures where the golden frog is kept safe. No one has figured out how to reintroduce the frog into the wild. The fungus is still there, so the frogs would not survive. People are trying to find a solution, but it might be many decades before they find one. For the moment, the golden frog still survives in the center.
Scientists studying the Panamanian golden frog.
Gray wolf.
Some animals, in addition to being saved, have started to recover. One of these animals is the gray wolf. The gray wolf is the largest wild dog. Gray wolves have strong jaws, large teeth, and can run up to 60 kilometers per hour. They usually live in groups of up to 12. Typically, they hunt together, and their prey includes large animals like elk, deer, and sheep.
A pack of gray wolves. Recovering species. Whooping crane. American crocodile. Black-footed ferret. Californian least tern. American peregrine falcon. El segundo blue butterfly. Humpback whale.
Like the thylacine, gray wolves were hunted because they often attacked livestock. They were shot and poisoned and trapped. They faced extinction, but people acted quickly. Slowly, attitudes towards wolves changed. Eventually, they were seen as neither a threat nor a menace, and instead as something special. However, some hunters still poach them, so governments have started to protect them. Wolves have been reintroduced to some places, like Yellowstone National Park. The wolves kept the population of other animals in balance, so the ecosystems began to recover too. By the start of the 21st century, there were over 60,000 wolves in North America. They began to recover in Europe too.
A gray wolf howling in Minnesota.
The story of the gray wolf's recovery is a good one. There is a lot more work to do, however. The number of animals facing extinction is increasing all the time. Still, the story of the gray wolf shows what we can do if we decide to act. There are many people around the world working to inform us of the threats and to put into action strategies to prevent extinction. These people are some of our modern heroes. They are urging us to act without delay. There are also organizations dedicated to conservation and to saving particular species. One of these is the World Wildlife Fund, but there are also many others. They give us hope that, together, we can prevent the extinction of our magnificent animals.
Discuss. Describe the events leading up to and following the disappearance of the Panamanian golden frog.